clever, Stanley. It's like a selfie stick.
Manchester, a city that was at the centre of the North's Industrial Revolution, was provided with a vital passage to the rest of the world when the canal was opened in 1894. It carried imports of raw cotton to the heart of the Lancashire cotton industry, some 35 miles away. By 1955, the canal was carrying over 18 million tonnes of goods every year. Amongst the many ships that use the canal now are the Mersey Ferries, operating full-day cruises on selected dates between April and October to Salford Quays.
Pick up a Manchester Ship Canal cruise leaflet or check the Mersey Ferries website for details.
Looking to the waterside, this is the King's Dock area with its 10,600 capacity arena and conference centre. It accommodates events from rock and pop concerts to ice shows and international sporting events. To the left of the arena is the Albert Dock, the largest set of Grade 1 listed buildings in Britain. Threatened with demolition for years, they were finally restored in the 1980s and have become one of the country's favourite tourist attractions, as well as kick-starting a resurgence of interest in Liverpool's wonderful architecture.
The large white pilastra structure, as you can see behind and to the left of the Albert Dock, is one side of Liverpool Biennial, an innovative £950 million urban regeneration project that has transformed the heart of Liverpool city centre. This development, covering 42 acres and utilising the existing Liverpool streets, is one of the very best retail lands, residential and leisure facilities. To the left of a beautiful building is known as the Three Embraces, which together form one of the most majestic and famous waterfronts in the world. On the right of these is the Port of Liverpool, with its impressive corridor. Opened in 1908, the design came from a rejected competition and everything. Built in 1914,
So you can walk all this, and that's all the docks.
as part of the offices of the famous shipping line owned by Liverpool Biennial, who operated the first regular transatlantic line between Liverpool and
Yeah, you can walk over that to the bridge and then just do
other famous shipping companies followed, such as the Stanley, owner of the Titanic, and Blue Star Line. The magnificent line is built along the famous Princess Diana Street, which was for many years the longest floating landing stage in the world. In 2015, the CGR returned to its spiritual home and is celebrating the 175th anniversary. Indoors and outdoors, Queen Mary 2, Queen Elizabeth, and Victoria will meet on the famous Liverpool
Just
Wall
hold.
with spectacular waterplay, moving tens of thousands of people to the banks of the Mersey. Queen Mary 2 will then return to the cruise liner terminal on the 4th of July to recreate the voyage of the first cruise ship Britannia from Liverpool to New York.
Say one and tea. No, I'll get them next. I'll go in next.
Anything, cheapest. Yeah. You stick the sweetener in?
The building is topped by the famous lighthouse, which stand nearly 6 metres high. They're said to be based on an eagle, which was the original seal of King John. However, when the seal was lost in the 18th century, the artist commissioned to design the new seal misinterpreted the eagle as a cormorant, hence their rather unusual appearance. Some say that the female lifebird faces the river waiting for the sailors to come ashore, while the male...
You're going to have to reverse. Jamie, go back now. Picking up. Right back, right back.
Never mated, so there are no other lyrebirds in the world.
Sorry.
And tradition has it that if they ever fly away, Liverpool will cease to exist.
If you enjoyed your cruise with us today, please think that you will enjoy our longer full-day Manchester Ship Canal cruise, which features a live commentary on this famous inland waterway, which passes spectacular scenery. Cruises run from April to October and must be booked in advance. Vouchers are also available for our cruises. Please pick up our Manchester Ship Canal leaflet or alternatively, visit our website.
What if I had a bit like fell off?
For details.
The second one, I know the ones when the book's up.
You'll find the Dazzle Ferry
You saw that one on your tail.
souvenir shop, and one of the two sites of the district. European hairstyle, magical
What if one of the lads went fell off and like they feel like sinking to the ocean?
the Birmingham Railway Station. The second house of the story is located a short walk away from the outer dock. Make sure that you keep both ears.
We're right in the middle of the way now.
Lives, times, culture and music of the people.
Stay where you are then, because people will go around us, Jamie.
I look forward to welcoming you aboard again soon.
Tell us about your day and share your pictures with us on Twitter by following Mersey Ferries.
What to do with this, we best look on this. It's just the way you lose.
Sorry. Mind your little toe, sorry. Thank you. Stop now then. Down there is where he is. Go back in. Where do I get down?
As well as view its numerous artefacts in our purpose-built visitor centre.
So you're right.
Check the U-Boat Story website or leaflet for opening times and more information.
Hello. Hello.
He only turned one on the 3rd of July.
Oh, did
So
you?
he's still a puppy.
He's still a bit puppy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
how old is he?
He turned one on the 3rd of July, so...
Oh, he's quite young, isn't he?
yeah.
Hello. Oh,
He's
it's all a
soft.
bit new,
He's
aren't you?
soft, though.
Oh, yeah, he's just
Been
taking
on the ferry, been on the ferry once before.
Has he? Oh, it's all new. It's all a bit strange, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh.
Squeezed in the middle.
Thank you. Okay. They're off now. Just going to go around here and sort of see. So Susie will be having a lovely walk all the way along the top, she will. Just going to walk to that side,
There's
you
been a
okay?
ferry across the Mersey for more than 800 years, providing a link between Liverpool and the world's shorelines. Here ahead, our starting point takes its name from the long stone pier, which once jutted out into the river from the shore next to the sacred church, the Church of Our Lady of St. Nicholas. You can see the church in the back to the left of the right of it, the golden square with a ship on its last twin tower. The modern 350-metre terminal on your right is Liverpool's new cruise line berth. Liverpool is now a major cruise destination and experiencing a rapid growth in cruise liner visits. In all, 7 miles of docks and 23 miles of quays stretch along the Liverpool foreshore. In 1710, the Corporation of Liverpool started work on the world's first commercial wet dock, and by the end of the century, the city boasted a full dock system. Steam had revolutionised shipping, and this, combined with the Industrial Revolution and the opening up of the Americas, secured Liverpool's future as a trading city and a major port.
So that's where we were before.
Character
The U-Boat Story, over there somewhere. Over there, that one.
Welsh,
And then we're going over
West
here.
Indians, Africans and Chinese. And this has produced a population characterised by its vitality, resilience and extreme sense of humour. The city is also home to the oldest Chinese community in Britain. Liverpool had prospered from trade with the British West Indies and the American colonies during the 18th century. And they'd come into the triangular trade of cheap goods to Africa, slaves to the sugar plantation, and sugar, rum and tobacco home to England. Liverpool nevertheless came to dominate the slave trade until its abolition in 1807. The growth of the United States of America provided Liverpool with growing volumes of trade, and new docks opened on the Mersey in quick succession during the 1800s.
I saw, yeah, it's
The
fine.
city was described as the gateway to the British Empire and the door to the New World. Between 1830 and 1930, over 9 million people left Liverpool by boat in search of a better life. Before steamships were introduced, these journeys were extremely hazardous. To sail to America would take 35 days, and the trip to Australia lasted from 10 to 17 weeks, depending on route and weather. The ships were crowded, and conditions encouraged the spread of diseases such as cholera. By the late 1800s, over 200 ships a week were in Liverpool and travelled to all corners of the world. Liverpool then was the most important port outside London. Owning a seventh of the total registered shipping in the world,
It's
the
lovely.
city attracted wealthy businessmen, merchants, sailors and privateers, and the population increased dramatically, with over 75,000 people packed into 1 square mile of what was described as mean streets and fever-haunted alleys. The city has always evoked strong emotion in people. Daniel Defoe, author of Robinson Crusoe, wrote, "Liverpool is one of the wonders of Britain." Charles Dickens was also a frequent visitor to the city and regularly took the ferry, as he put it, for the air.
We now see the massive red brick building, which is the Stanley tobacco warehouse. When built in 1900, it was the world's biggest bonded warehouse, large enough to fit St George's Hall
other side.
And it's still the largest brick building in the world.
Over there.
This is also the original site of the entrance to the Liverpool Canal from the river, although now the Pier extension is finished.
I think. I could be wrong.
Facing the tobacco warehouse,
Oh yeah, that one.
warehouse is the Titanic Hotel.
I think that's it.
Base of the development of this historic area. And on the dock wall stands the Victorian hexagonal Salisbury Dock and Clock Tower, designed like the Waterloo Dock and the Albert Dock by Jesse Martin, who was responsible for much of Liverpool's dockland architecture.
The clock's chief use was to check the ship's chronometer as the vessel left port, and was affectionately known as the Docker's Clock. It has 6 faces that can be seen from all points of the compass. The only other one of its kind is in Russia.
The 6 large wind turbines provide the power to the North Sea Hill, which is the prime container terminal for North America. Approximately 70% of the Northwest Freight comes through Liverpool. Currently under construction and adjacent to the dock is Liverpool 2.
We'll get on this side again. Move back a bit so we
Capable of carrying
can.
2
Windy
structures
here.
of
There you go, look.
and able to handle 95% of all vessels that sail the seas. When finished, this will double the container
Okay.
capacity of Liverpool.
You like it out here? Yeah.
If you now look over to the mouth of the river and the rural shoreline, you can just see sticking out the fort known as Perch Rock and the Lighthouse. Fort Perch Rock was built as a coastal defence battery during the Napoleonic period to protect the port of Liverpool. The Perch Rock battery was completed in 1829. It mounted 18 guns, mostly 32-pounders, with 3 6-inch guns installed in 1899. Originally cut off at high tide, coastal reclamation has since made it fully accessible. The lighthouse was completed in 1830. Its tower stands nearly 30 metres high, and before it was decommissioned in 1973, the light could be seen for a distance of 15 miles. In front of these is New Brighton.
During the summer of 1965, the Mersey Ferries carried more than 1 million passengers to New Brighton. By the 70s, the number had dropped to 200,000, and in 1973, the service ceased. However, it's not all gloom, because New Brighton is now experiencing something of a resurgence. The new Floral Pavilion Theatre and Conference Centre has harnessed the heart and soul of one of Wirral's best loved and oldest entertainment venues and transformed it into a stunning theatre and conference centre. You can walk to New Brighton in about an hour from Seacombe along the riverside Millennium Trail.
Looking towards New Brighton, the large group of trees along the foreshore is Vale Park, land which in the 18th century was part of Liscard Common. It was near Vale Park where the famous gunpowder magazines stood. This is where ships used to stop to offload or pick up gunpowder on the way into or from port. Storing explosives in the docks themselves was seen as far too big a risk.
During the 18th and early 19th century, smuggling was rife throughout Britain. This area, Wallasey, was perfect for smugglers, because 300 years ago it was cut off from the rest of the Wirral by the Wallasey Pool on one side, and the swamp of Bidston Moss on the other. It was an isolated, dangerous place, prone to sudden mists and quicksand, and best negotiated only by the few who knew it well. One of the most notorious of the smugglers here was known as Mother Redcap, who ran an inn which stood by the shore.
Behind us. You look up. I bet I'll drop it, have I?
Huge staircase is Wallasey
think I might just put this on.
The building was actually built back to front, so that the front could face the river. To the left of the town hall, and behind the trees, is a red brick building with a glass conservatory. This is the Yacht Park, opened in 1908. Some say that the name comes from a bag of guineas once found washed up on the shore here. Originally, the water used to fill the pools with seawater taken from the river Mersey and filtered. It obviously had no neutral quality, because between 1908 and 1957, 205 national, European and world records were broken here.
People are getting ready to go. Smile. Go round.
Right,
It's
the
okay.
tall square tower, looking something like a giant stereo, is the Kingsway Road Tunnel ventilation tower. Its twin is on the Liverpool
You see it?
River.
Yeah.
As we approach Seacombe, look out for the large bell at the landing stage, used before radar as the only guide for the ferry in fog. In fact, radar was installed in 1947 and was the first in the world to guide ferries.
Remember, here at Seacombe, you can
Let's stay here, shall we? Yeah, let everybody get off first.
Walking in Brighton in about an hour from Seacombe along the riverside Millennium Trail. Thank you for sailing with Mersey Ferries. We hope you've enjoyed your trip and look forward to welcoming you aboard again.
Are you alright if I just go over the other side and watch them come in? Oh, actually, we're going round in a big circle, I think. We will come in. We're going to get off this side. We have to go over that side now. Going to go get yourself out of the way. Alright. Other end of the boat.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.